Hello, the game has started and it's me to go first. I have a pretty balanced rack. Is there a bingo? Pigtail, yes there is. 76. Not a bad second rack. I have a fairly good balance of vowels and consonants. I have the out prefix, so outseek, jumping out as a potential bingo. Now Ugonial, nice bingo by opponent. Outseek for 105. Outseek is not good. I thought it might be, but I will look at other options with the out prefix. Out peaks. What about out peaks? Or peak outs? Out peaks. Nope. Peak outs. No. So, I think we've exhausted the out prefix. Peak outs, no. I really thought outseek would be good, but to exceed in seeking or surpass. So that's no good. What about uke? Outspeak would be good if I had an A instead of the second E. Oh, what about outkeeps? That should be good. Outkeeps. Yes, finally. Thanks for bearing with me there. Pretty good third rack, so perhaps 3 bingos in a row. Now there is this I here which looks tantalizingly useful. Wow, opponent bingos again. So game on. Now I've got the IES ending. Or the IEST ending. So, what about a big word or a byword? Got budgies on my rack and pigtails, but this 4-timer really looks like it could yield a potential 90-point play. What about a dis word? No, not seeing it. Or a bio word. Bio. No. So it looks like budgies and pigtails. For 81. I've drawn the J, which is a useful scoring tile. I have below on the rack. I have jowl as a four-letter J play. I don't think... Oh, bejewel through an E. That could be useful, but no E's in the... Oh, that hurt a little bit. Opponent scoring 53, so it wasn't the best place to play budgies, although I didn't see another spot. So what to do with this J? Looking at hotspots for the W as well. Wow, just not seeing anything fantastic. Jello for 26 feels weak. Just not seeing anything great. This is, I thought there'd be something which would present itself fairly quickly, but I'm not seeing anything. I might just play joke. I know it feels weak, but it's 30 points. I think I've missed something there anyway. So what to do with this rack? Wembe, I think, is good. Djembe. Face value. Could play blue here if it remains available for 30. Not a bad rack leave. Yeah, not sure. So maybe something alongside budgies. Could play something like were for 33. That's not bad. Interred. Wow, opponent bingos again. Just won't stop bingoing. So what was my initial thought with the W? Oh, well, now I've got another spot here. Could play Weem for 35. That's not bad. Not a great rack leave, but a good score. I think I will go with this. Mind you, there are only 18 vowels, 27 consonants, so I'm not entirely happy with that. What about Embrew? No. Embrew, no good. So, do I go back to my original spot? Oh, it actually was here, so that's... What about brawl? It keeps a few vowels. 22 versus 35. I'm going with the score. Weem. Not bad. Blairier. And there should be a few others. Blearier through an A. That A not. Opponent scores well with the Z. Blairier doesn't quite work here because of the underlap. What about the J? Jumblier, not quite. Oh, what about the double L? Brillers. Brillers. Oh, Brillier. What was I thinking? Brillers. No. Or Brillier. No. Ah, there must be something through that L. Ah, what about Billerer? No, it sounded clumsy. So I've got a bingo on my rack, but I just can't seem to play it. Brallier, Brollier. I can't see it. So I'm going with herb for 8. That's better. Okay, so opponent plays quickly. I've got inliers, and I think I'll go ahead and play that. Not bad. I've drawn an S, and I'll obviously be looking to take out the S danger. Oh, Chandri, nice. Is there a bingo here? I'm running low on time, and I will be looking to play something that scores half decently. I was thinking of a roast. Doesn't work. Wow, what to do? I've got to do something. Maybe say, but that does. There are no S's to come, so I'll play say 22. Overlawn. Say only takes an S, so I think. I've got wolf on my rack. Now I've got also war. War will score quite well. Vrow, W-A, no good. I'll play war. This will keep the score ticking along. 32. Opponent will play across to the trip, and I'll block whatever I can there. But Yeah. Waft and Bora. That'll be quite good. 27. Also killing that bingo lane. Not great tiles, but I have a slender lead. Opponent's likely to play fast. Yes, he does. I'm low on time. Vag and Pav and Vom. Vom. And then Lao. I can play Lao somewhere. Opponent, I can play Joel. I could just play OU in the bottom. Noul is good, Noul. E, and I think it's good without the E. Oh, he plays there. Zol at the top. And 21 seconds. I might just hang on here. So Jun I can go out with. Or NU. Getting a little bit of score there. Wow, what a close finish. Actually, Nut would score better if opponent takes the J spot. And opponent's got bags of time to search for a 20 or 18 point play. I don't think there is one, but you never know. So Nut or Jun. Opponent can't block both of those. Plus I have NU there. 12 for Jun. And 9 for Nut, I think. Yeah, 9. Wonder if I should have played Lone, Lone. Opponent would have had Lung, but yeah, I'm not sure what would have been. Lone would have obviously scored slightly better. 19 instead of 12, yeah. Lone would have been the play. I just didn't want to open the trip, but nothing going with those four. And an L. I've also got Ton and Nag. Just looking at other options for the N and the U. Our opponent plays Nu, and I'll go with Jun for 12. So, final scores 5-11 to 4-97. Very close game. And just thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed. So back to the start. Pigtail for 76 looks fine. Ugonial, nice find by opponent, a 5-val 8. And then Outkeeps, that took a while to find, for 78. And then Toegist, I think it's an old Scottish word. And Chatties was the other play through the A. So opponent goes with Toegist and Bagseed. that was the play for 101 Bagseed. Again, not one you see every day, but budgies seemed fine. Opponent had a nice rack here. Wow. 53 points there. And then joke for 30. Yeah, it was the highest score, but blue seems to sim better. Yeah. So I went with joke, then interred for 61, and scores are more or less level. Wemb for 35 there, but Wemb takes an E, so that would have been easy score for opponent. Mind you, there were only 2 E's to come, but it's also a blank unseen. So I went with a Weem, and Zurf for 49 was huge. Opponent went with Zaz. Now, Brailer. That was the play. Brailer. I had a feeling there was a double L word there, but I just couldn't think of it. Brailer. Something to do with Braille, reading, the blind reading Braille, maybe. Now this was a tricky rack for opponent. Still managed to score 24. Then inliers for 6, but resilent, more volatile. But yeah, resilent would have given us each a score. So I went with inliers, and then Chandri for 51, massive score. No bingo here. I went with say, just to block this bingo lane here as well. And not that the remaining tiles were very bingo-y, but it was a useful lane. Chief 29 or 26, opponent plays up top left. Now Vow for 31. Yeah, I think I played Vom, did I? Oh no, at this stage I played War because it scored most. And then, yeah, Waft comes down. This rack was the V actually quite useful at this stage of the game to kind of block the board a bit. Voln, no, I don't like that. And because scores are pretty close, so I really need to be careful with what I'm giving back to opponent. And I went with Bora. Yeah, which took out that spot. Not that it was a danger zone, but it scored quite well, considering. And then opponents got if, but had Vug, interestingly, for 27. Vug does take another G, I think. But, yeah. Opponent went with if. Now I've got the Vom spot there, or Vum I could have played. Maybe Vum would have been better. Anyway, Vom was fine. Opponent's top play 32. Yeah, Vum would have been better because wouldn't have had the underlap. Yeah, definitely Vum better. And now look at these scores. Very, very close. 9 points in it. Lone was the one I identified later, but I landed up playing Zol, and opponent's top play was Nu for 21. And look at that, 497 each, but I've got a go in hand, and new for 15. Ah, nice. That would have been John for 12 did the trick though. So that was the end of the game. Pretty good battle there. And again, over 1,000 points between us. So a rip-roaring game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.